Hello everyone, I'm the Nerdy Fool and welcome back to Expeditions Viking. We are making our way over to Inglewood, just stopped at this Plains Hill campsite, and let's scout what we found here before we carry on. You've been traveling in quiet for a while, when a pained yelp behind you makes you jump. Ah, curses! What happened? I stepped on a snake, it bit me. Hopefully not venomous. Let me see, that's bad. You'll need treatment next time we make camp. Of course. We just finished camp, and you now have a moderate infection in the leg. Fantastic. Yeah, it seems like it always, I don't know if it's always, regularly generates a new event as soon as we leave camp. And the fact that so many of them injure your party members is weird to me because it's not like we're going to immediately go to camp, and even if we did, someone might just get re-injured again. I don't know. Do I keep bringing Ace Leaf if he's mutinous? I mean, he is a better warrior than Adis. And maybe we don't bring Nefia. Because a moderate infection of the leg, I'm sure, is going to tank her movement speed. Let me verify that. I mean, you're not telling me what it does. But I'm sure it's your movement speed. Yeah, movement 3. I guess your movement was already down 3 because of the cursed mail armor you're wearing. Oh, which is dropping your morale, so it probably is a good thing we gave you this charm to raise your morale back up. But yeah, having even slower movement, so you can only move 3 squares, I don't think I can justify that. So, we will leave you behind. Who do we have take your place, though? Probably Adis. I think we gave these guys some combat skills, but... no. And I don't know what weapons we have on all of them.
Be wary. The sidelines are poor and the ground is thick with concealment. A small group like ours is easy to ambush.
Good to know. We've been told that they want to work with us. But it's true that they could have been lying. Pretty big area. Yeah, I think these are plants that entangle us in combat. I guess outside of combat it's fine. Where are you guys? There you're going. Oh, there's a cross over there that we could knock over. Again, we're not going to do that. Ooh, hello. Bunch of valuables. So why is there a cross just sitting here in the middle of this forest? Well, I guess this is where a guy has been hiding out. Not you. You don't want to talk. So someone else has been hiding out. This is another one of those druidic stones. Stone looks like it stood here forever. Its base is covered in lichen and its top in bird droppings. Strange markings are chiseled across its surface. Some look like the shapes of animals or plants, but most are completely incomprehensible. Yeah, last time we saw one of these in the beach town, and Morkant told us that it's a druidic thing. Alright, we've got another group of people here. Aethelwood. Oh, we have contacted someone. Halt! Declare your name and your intentions. I'm Alfbjorn of Skirn. I come by invitation of the Earlman Wada. Calm down, you imbecile. We're here by invitation of Wada. No, I'm Alfbjorn of Skirn. I come by invitation of Earlman Wada. The sentry immediately stands aside to let you pass and bows respectfully. Forgive me, Laford. You are expected in the king's tent. Yeah, king is strange to me. Because the town already had a king. But I think they're saying this is a deposed king, so somehow he got forced out. Back again. Are you just running laps? Guess that's fine. Yeah, all this stuff is stealing. Bloody mercenaries. I mean, sure. All these soldiers produce a lot of refuse, I think is what he said. Well, you have a name tag. An older woman dressed in the worn clothes of a traveler stands in front of a tent, well stocked with food, herbs, and trinkets. She eyes you warily as you come near. Didn't expect to find a merchant inside the camp. No, I think having a merchant makes some sense. May I see what you're selling? Of course, you're known to be friends of Northumbria. Neat. I didn't expect to find a merchant inside the camp. It's a convenience for those who follow Aethelred, and security for the surrounding communities. If we bring our contributions into the camp, the men don't have to come knocking. Aethelred forces the villagers to support his war? Of course, he has the power to take what he wants, so we give him willingly. It's easier for everyone. Are you allowed to sell these goods? Sure, at a fair rate. Aethelred doesn't take everything we have. I can bring more in to replace what I sell to you. Okay. So yeah, you sell the usual things, everything besides thralls. Okay. Disagreeable prices, so not great. Fine by me. I don't want for takers here. Alright, no king here. You look like you're leading out of the camp. Go on through. This is Aethelred's tent. Wada's there. I don't see a king, and also it's kind of hard to click in there. Hopefully an event happens as we approach, and it does. Good. Aethelred's tent is filled to the brim with stuff. Trunks and sacks stuffed with furs, weaponries, maps, cutlery, assorted valuables. The tent is empty save for Wada, who looks no worse for wear since you last saw him. Ah, Laford Alfbjorn. I'm glad you decided to take me up on my offer. Our former and future king should be with us shortly. May I get you a drink? I never turned down an offer of a drink, though one guy who offered us a drink gave us poisoned drink, but Vroskva was able to determine that. So I'm going to hope for the best again. I never turned down an offer of drink. Wada grabs a pot off the table and pours you a cup of something that is very similar to mead, but more bitter than sweet. He raises his own half-empty cup in salute and downs it. To the health of King Aethelred I. You've barely taken a sip before Aethelred I strides into the tent, sizes you up with one appraising look, and noisily throws his weapons on the table. How was the hunt, your majesty? Fruitless. Our camp seems to have scared off most of the game, and I'm not your king yet, so stop calling me majesty. I approve. Someone who's not all about heirs and wanting to be, you know, everyone to be bowing and calling him majesty and whatnot. I like that. The fact that he's plundering the towns to support his war is not ideal. Yes, your highness. Stop calling me majesty. Okay, your highness. Ithord reaches out to clasp your wrist firmly. An unexpectedly respectful greeting. You must be Alfbjorn of the Danes. Wada told me you made quite the impression at Osred's court. The deposed king pours himself a cup of ale and takes a large swig. Has anyone adequately explained the details of our situation? They have not. Not quite. Will you permit me a few questions? I know enough. You're willing to work with us if we help you regain the throne. Is about the size of it. We'll ask questions. Permit me a few questions. I'll tell you as much as I know. How did you lose the throne in the first place? You've no qualms about working with non-Christians. Good question. What will you do when you retake the throne? So if we help you retake the throne, we'll have the support of Northumbria, which is ultimately what we want. How did you lose the throne in the first place? I was 10 years of age when I became king, after my father's usurper, Alred, was driven out of Aefowick. So, presumably your father died to the usurper. And then when the usurper was driven out, at 10 years old, you were left behind to be the king. And obviously you can't be an effective king at 10, so you had a regent. I reigned for 5 years, carrying on the legacy of my father. It was a time of peace and stability across the kingdom. Are you saying that you were actively running the kingdom at 10 years old? You didn't have a regent? Because that's madness. I would not trust a 10-year-old to make laws and decisions regarding an entire kingdom. But, oh well. Apparently it was a time of peace and stability. Then, like my father before me, I was deposed at the Whitenegamet? I don't know the word. A decade ago. I won't bore you with the politics. Suffice to say I was forced into exile. So there's some sort of political meeting of... yeah, whatever that involves, where they are able to just depose the current king, which is crazy. My throne was taken by Aethelwald, the cousin of Osred, and son of Alred. Elfwald was killed last year, and as you know, Osred now sits on the throne. His reign won't be long. So it just seems like a ton of killing and usurping goes on amongst this throne. And you have no qualms about working with non-Christians? Why would I have? You seem like capable people. I have nothing to lose and everything to gain by enlisting your help. Besides your people potentially, when you get the throne, being pissed that you worked with non-Christians. Our collaboration may be a bit politically awkward once we retake the throne, that's what I'm saying. But I'm sure it's nothing we can't sort out when the time comes. And what will you do when you retake the throne? We'll have to tie up some loose ends first of all, and ensure that everyone falls in line. Then there's the matter with the Picts to attend to. Indeed, the northern tribes appear to have been making peace with each other over the past few years. They're beginning to look like a threat to the security of Northumbria. The important thing is to secure the longevity of my second reign, so I can safely spare the resources to back you in your own struggle. So we help you retake the throne and we'll have the support of Northumbria. That's the long and short of it. If we act quickly, we can secure a stable power base before harvest, and we'll have plenty of time to help you with your own problems. I'm going to need assurances. Ethelred regards you carefully for a moment, then he puts down his cup and straightens his back. He sets his face into a somber expression and places a hand on his chest. You have my word, on the honor of my family, and as the past and future king of Northumbria, I will be your ally for as long as I sit on the throne. Sounds reasonable. What's your plan? We need the support of the church. We don't need an outward show of support, but we need to know that we can count on the bishop to back me when I take the throne. We're not going to be much help, much use in that respect. Yeah, they don't like us. In general. I'm sure we can think of ways to convince the bishop. No. We're not going to be of much use in that respect. On the contrary, my dear man, you're exactly what we need to win over Ianbald. Right, you two go ahead and talk it over. I'm going to check up on the men. So how am I supposed to convince the church to support him, besides just threatening them? Quite the forceful personality, our future king, isn't he? That's what you want from a leader. It bodes well for his reign. We should take care not to let him get us into trouble, or I've known worse. It's what you want from a leader. It bodes well for his reign. It's certainly an improvement over the weakness and aimlessness of Osred's court. But to the matter at hand, how to gain the favor of Bishop Ianbald. Why is this support necessary? Normally kings are crowned on the White Nagamet, the meeting of the wise men. The bishop is part of that, and he supports whatever the council decides. So it's a meeting of wise men, which is how they can choose to depose current kings and install new ones, I guess. Since we are planning to take back the throne by force, we can't count on the bishop, but we still need him once Aethelred is king again. Ianbald loves nothing more than pagans converted. If you can make him think that we've brought you into the fold, so to speak, he'll be impressed indeed. How might we convince him of that? Because we're not going to actually convert. I'll give my best impression of a Christian. Oh, please don't kill me. Lord, save me from the heathens. I'm not comfortable with such deception. I'm not opposed to deception as long as it's understood by our allies we're not actually converting. How might we convince him of that? He will undoubtedly test you. It's common to use the Apostles' Creed for such a purpose. Cunning gain morale, honorable lost. If you can recite it correctly, that should be proof enough. I don't like to offend the gods in such a way. I mean, not ideally, but... meh. Seems easy enough. Tell me the words. Listen carefully. I believe in God, the Father Almighty, creator of heaven and earth. I believe in Jesus Christ, God's only Son, our Lord, who was conceived by the Holy Spirit, born of the Virgin Mary, suffered under Pontius Pilate, was crucified, died, and was buried. He descended to the dead. On the third day he rose again, he ascended into heaven, he is seated on the right hand of the Father, and he will come to judge the living and the dead. I believe in the Holy Spirit, the Holy Catholic and Apostolic Church, the communion of the saints, the forgiveness of sins, the resurrection of the body, and the life everlasting. Amen. Alright, I got it, that's it. Or, his father was a spirit, he died, he came back to life. Pretty straightforward compared to the stories of our gods. There's some truth to that. It's a lot to remember, please repeat it. Alright, I got it. That's it. Hopefully that'll suffice to convince him. This plan seems very flimsy. Yeah, a little bit. Ianbald wants to believe that you've converted. That's the key to all this. Not only is it an affirmation of God's strength, but he wants to support Aethelred. He knows he may not survive the fallout of a coup otherwise. I'll go see Ianbald and see if he'll be convinced. All those who help Aethelred to retake the throne will be owed a great debt of gratitude. The kingdom of Northumbria will be a powerful ally. We'll proceed with our own preparations in the meantime. Yeah, you guys have to actually prepare for the war. We're just going to convince some priests that we're Catholic. Or Christian. I'm assuming in this time frame all Christians are Catholic, but I don't actually know history well enough to be 100% confident there. You there, foreigners. Did you encounter 4 lads and a pair of girls on your way to the camp? No group comes to mind that matches your description. 4 lads and a pair of girls. I don't think so. God's wounds. The man's face reddens as he realizes what he just said, and he moves his hand in a cross in front of his chest. What's the trouble? It's nothing that concerns you. I only hope... Damn. I'm an ally of Aethelred. I may be able to help. He gives you a long look. Alright, yes. A large pack of wolves stalks the Inglewood. Despite its size, it's mostly been a minor nuisance, but they recently attacked a farmer headed here with a cart full of food for the men. I sent Wilfred's boys out to find the pack and chase those beasts off. My youngest daughter, Eris, went with them. She fancies herself a huntress, but I know she's sweet on one of Wilfred's sons. They didn't come home last night. There's no reason for them to be away for so long. I fear the worst, but I have duties here in camp. I can't go look for them. If you come across any evidence of them, will you please find out what's happened? My name is Qatar. I'm Aethelred's master of arms. Okay. We can keep an eye out. So somewhere in the woods is a wolf pack. Hi, Aethelred. You're just out here with the men? Yeah, so we'll need to keep an eye out for this wolf pack. And these hunters. Trying to figure out where I've explored. Looks like this is getting towards the fog that I haven't explored. Yeah. Technically, I don't seem... I think this might have been where I came in, but it's not fully explored to the edge. There we go. So now we'll explore this way. More skill points, always great. Hi there, random stranger. I'm gonna open up this broadsword that we'll probably break down for resources. Can't seem to go over there at all. Edge of the map again. Been exploring for a while and haven't found anything really. There was something highlighted. Okay, we got flowers over there that we can pick. Hi there. Who are you just out here? But yeah, not seeing any wolves or hunters. We've got some more people down there we'll need to check on. And a bunch of people here. You find the young wolf hunters huddled around a campfire, jugs of ale scattered across the ground. The oldest of them looks to be just past his mid-teens, a man, but not yet much of one. There's only 5 of them, and there were supposed to be 4 boys and 2 girls. I may not be an expert at math, but that's not sounding good to me. As soon as they see you, they jump to their feet and ready their weapons. You notice a fair amount of swaying. They've been hitting those jugs a little too hard. Who's there? Kater sent me. You've been gone for a while and he's worried about you. Put those weapons away unless you want the beating of a lifetime, Kater sent us. You've been gone a while and he's worried about you. You can tell him we're fine. There's no need to worry. Where's your 6th member? Then you should return and tell him how the hunt went. Or then get your asses back there instead of loitering around here. You should return and tell him how the hunt went. They exchange significant looks. We haven't dealt with the wolves yet. There's too many of them. So what? All you need is to chase them off. Too many wolves for all 5 of you? Yeah. That's what I'm gonna say. Spite is all you want. There's over a dozen of them, and those beasts are dangerous. If we deal with them, will you go back to Kater? Alright, you chicken shits, tell us where to find the creatures. You kids have fun with your little party. When you finally slink back to Kater, tell them I tried. If we deal with them, will you go back to Kater? You do that? Why? No skin off my teeth, it's just wolves. Found myself on Aethelred's side for now, and we'll probably need you later. Both true. No skin off my teeth, it's just wolves. Young man looks strangely reluctant to accept your help. He looks around him, but his companions are no help. Well, alright, I guess. We found them in the woods just north of here, along a narrow path between the trees. Alright, I'll deal with it. Maybe lay off the ale. So we make that our active quest. So we need to ultimately tell them to return to Cater, but first optional look for the wolves east of Aethelred's camp. They said north of here. Okay, yeah, in that spot. We nearly had made it there in our exploring. I'm still confused about why there are 5 of you rather than 6. And it makes me worried that... because you all look like men. I think you're a girl. So we've got 4 men and 1, or 4 boys and 1 girl. And the guy said that one of the 2 girls was his daughter. And so it makes me worried that their missing member might be his daughter. Which would be sad. Well, the fact they're not even commenting on missing someone is not... oh, okay. Is not a good sign. A young woman lies dead among the leaves. Her body has been torn to shreds, her half-eaten entrails spilling out onto the blood-soaked earth. There's no doubt wolves killed her. Kettle covers his mouth with his hand. Freya's freckles. Those beasts really did a number on her. Roskva takes a knee next to the corpse, careful not to sit in a pool of intestines. She doesn't look related to any of those kids. Could this be the Armsmaster's daughter? Yeah. They left her here to die. And the wolves are nowhere to be seen. Long gone, probably. So it was all a diversion, or those little shits lied to us? Yeah. Those little shits lied to us. We should head back to their camp and figure out what's going on. It'll be empty. They just wanted us out of there so they could run away with their tails between their legs. Maybe. We'll take the hide. And I guess... see what we can find on the girl. We've got our bow that we could return to her father. Yeah. That's what I was worried about. Have you guys cleared out? Yep. Empty. No surprise there. We should tell the Master of Arms what happened. So they took her along. Did they just run off when the wolves attacked? Or did they... was their purpose to get her killed, or what was the deal there? Yeah, sorry, man. Oh, you're back. Did you find them? I found them all right, and I found their dead friend. What was your daughter wearing when you last saw her? There's no nice way of putting this. I found them all right, and I found their dead friend. Dead? Wait, not a young woman? Was she wearing a yellow and red quilted coat? She was. She was. The Master at Arms immediately spins to hide his meltdown from you. The conversation pauses for several minutes while he struggles to control his heaving sobs. Cater, I heard what you said. Did Wilfred's boys get your daughter killed? Yeah. Through momentous effort, Cater pushes away his grief and regains his composure. He fixes the Scoutmaster with an angry red stare. I just saw those boys come through camp and leave out the northwest entrance in a damn hurry. Viking, please catch them. Bring them here to face the justice for my errors. Can do. Tara, what can you tell me? Your group is flagged down by a slender woman with mud on her face and an errant leaf stuck in her hair. You're those foreign mercenaries Wada brought in, aren't you? I'm Tara. I'm the captain of the scouts. They put a woman in charge of the scouts. Well, we're not really sexist either. It's not as normal for women to be warriors, which is why Nefia got some flack when she wanted to join us. But women can be warriors, and women can be scouts, hunters, etc. in our culture. They put a woman in charge of the scouts. Tara replies curtly, yep. Is that leaf to help you blend in among the trees? What is it you need from us, Tara? There's a spy in my ranks. I need an outsider's help, and you're the only visitors we've had in weeks who knows which way to hold a weapon. I'll be happy to help you ferret out the spy. I can sort that out, but our aid isn't free. That sounds like not at all my problem. I can help you ferret out the spy. Thank you. Glad somebody around here is willing to do some bloody work. I don't know who the spy is, otherwise I would have put a knife through his eye socket already, but I know who his contact is. A slimy snake of a tanner called Willebrord. He's on his way here with his usual shipment of pelts from the south. On his way, Willebrord has been past Ilfwick for a little chat with some of Oswald's men. What are you asking us to do? Intercept him before he reaches the camp and make him tell you who he's meeting. I don't care if he survives the question. Then find that damn spy and pretend Oswald sent you to buy his information. Once he takes the bait, kill him. Why the deception? To be completely certain, talk spreads faster among the scouts than among bored farm wives. If we let on that we know about the spy and it turns out we've got the wrong guy, we'll lose the real spy for sure. Okay. Something to keep in mind. You guys. We're gonna go non-lethal. They're supposed to face justice. Shit! That is among the guiltiest looks I've ever seen on a man's face. Impressive. At their friend's outburst, everyone halts and turns with a start. Just where do you think you're going? It was an accident. You don't understand. Taking you back to Cater? Yes. We're going to teach you a lesson you won't soon forget. Or, alright, you kids better get out of here or go on run. We're taking you back to Cater. Panic, the leader draws his weapon, and his comrades follow suit. No! Non-lethal, we're not going to kill you guys. So, we've got 2 people with shields. Everyone else will be easy enough to hit. I could also hit the bee's nest for whatever that's worth. So we can't get rid of their shields this turn. Let's move up and take some shots. You have cover behind your friend. Well, I can hit you at least. 72% is pretty good. Not good enough, apparently. What about you, Kettle? Don't think he's going to be shooting through me. Hopefully. Perfect. And you can actually kill. A 95% chance to hit. I guess I didn't look at the difficulty of these people. They're all level 2s. Alright, let's just move you guys up. Don't really want to take the attack of opportunity, so I'll just move you there. I was hoping that I could pin down their archer. Ah, I can... No! You don't move far enough. Because he can run around other attackers. If Roskva wasn't there, he might be able to take a more straight movement. Go with damage reduction as always. And now are you able to get to him? Yes. There we go. Pin down their archer. I think that's good. Oh, I was planning to move into cover behind the tree. It's fine. Okay, you made her exposed. But I don't think anyone is going to be taking advantage of that, so you just kind of wasted your turn to not do damage. Odd choice. As opposed to, for instance, us. First of all, Roskva. Right, you're up here now. Let's have you use your Thor's Favor. Give us more damage. Specifically melee, but that's probably still fine. You do shield hook on him. And then step into a flank. You're being flanked yourself, which isn't great. Now you aren't actually doing much damage. They're not going to block you. Maybe we go with a heavy strike. Do you really not kill? Huh. Is it your strength that's super weak? Why are you so much worse than everyone else? Maybe I just haven't ranked up your axe skills very much. I suppose that's probably the case. I can't really see it here. We don't normally bring her out, so I'm not confident of why we're doing so little. But clearly we're just doing so little. I'll finish you off while your shield is pulled away. Kettle can move forward and take a shot on you. That's probably going to be pretty good. And then Adis. Oh, you could get the flank, but you'd be stepping in brambles, which I'm not going to make you do. That is going to be enough to take him out, though. Perfect. Let's see. I can move you forward. Move you into a flank. We can't do anything about their archer, unfortunately. I will throw myself into cover. Kettle can't move, right? You can't move. Roscliffe could also get into some cover, just in case. We're far enough away that we probably weren't at risk, but might as well. Yeah, he's just running. Ensure no enemies reach the highlighted area. Oops. I think that means we need to take you out kind of this turn. And I don't know if that's going to happen. 22. Throw a ranging shot here. I guess I didn't look at the victory condition, unfortunately. 47% is not good. It's actually decidedly really bad. Kettle, you could do an aimed shot, which would get rid of the penalties for range. But it's blocked by what? Why do you have cover? Probably this guy. Alright. Hold on a moment. Let's have you guys finish him off. Yeah, you could run over there. But I don't think that is sufficient. I should have actually just gone with cleave. Your shield isn't very large. And you would have done a lot more damage. That was a mistake on my part. Or had her shield hook. I didn't realize she has it. Definitely a mistake on my part. Yeah, because you guys aren't pulling off the kill, unfortunately. Do I think Roskva is going to be able to get the kill? %69% chance is not amazing. Kettle could toss down a ranging shot here as a free action. If he had moved on to the other side instead, then Roskva could have come forward with her knife, because I put him there. Anyway, you can use your sling. That's you down. Then Kettle should be able to do an aim shot. It's not enough. I can inspire him to give him another action. But I had to move out from behind the tree, so I couldn't do an aim shot. And that 47 is not enough. It might be. But ultimately, if we gave Kettle another turn, he'd be taking the shot from back here, which is 2 squares farther back, which is a 10% loss, but he is, I think, more accurate than us. But I don't think 10% more accurate. So it's probably better. Can we see what his chance to hit would be? Really? You have a 70% chance to hit from there? Whereas we have a 47? Do I believe that? I guess I'll give it a shot. Kettle, take your 70% chance. Yeah, that's the claim. Why is it so high? Nice. We got the victory. One made it there, but we took him out before he managed to run away. Let me loot. There we go. All right. So that's them all taken out. We're going to go report back, but I think first we are going to end this episode. So thanks for watching, everyone, and I will see you next time to see how this all plays out. Thanks for watching. Bye.